Theme 6. Technology of monolithic concrete and reinforced concrete. Lecture plan, 2 hours, 1. Basic provisions on the technology of monolithic concrete and reinforced concrete. 2. Composition of the complex concreting process. 3. Modern types of formwork. 4. International experience of using formwork systems. 5. Reinforcement of structures. 6. Installation of reinforcement, making its connections, providing a protective layer of concrete. 7. Transportation of concrete mix. 8. Concrete supply of the structure. 9. Modern methods of laying and compacting concrete mixtures. 10. Concreting of various types of structures. 11. Holding and care of the concrete mixture. 12. Structural stripping. 13. Technology of concreting in extreme conditions. 14. Quality control. 15. Basic provisions of safety precautions. Concrete and reinforced concrete structures are an integral part of most modern buildings and structures. The area of application of these structures is constantly expanding, which is explained by their many advantages. Concrete is durable, it resists well the external environment and protects the reinforcement from corrosion. Due to the reliable adhesion of concrete to steel reinforcement, both materials work together, which makes it possible to make the most of the physical and mechanical properties of each of them. The cost of reinforced concrete structures, taking into account low operating costs, is usually lower than the cost of steel structures for the same purpose. Depending on the method of work, there are monolithic, prefabricated and precast monolithic concrete, and reinforced concrete structures with non-tensioned and pre-stressed reinforcement. Monolithic structures are erected directly at the construction site, installing reinforcement and placing the concrete mixture in a special formwork. Prefabricated structures are assembled from factory-made parts and products. Prefabricated monolithic structures are assembled from ready-made prefabricated elements, and at the same time perform monolithic parts of the structure, combining these elements into one whole. Monolithic concrete and reinforced concrete are used to construct massive foundations for columns and complex power and technological equipment, heavy columns, tanks, pools, silos for storing grain and other bulk materials, chimneys, cooling towers, television and other towers. Complex arched and vaulted coverings of thin-walled shells, as well as multi-story residential and public buildings. Monolithic reinforced concrete structures are especially effective in areas with high seismicity. Special methods of erection of monolithic structures are widely practiced, underwater, from heat-resistant, acid-resistant and alkali-resistant concrete, as well as from extra-heavy concrete, for example, during the construction of reactors. Pre-stressed structures differ from reinforced concrete structures with conventional reinforcement in terms of their manufacturing technology and the peculiarities of perceiving operational loads. The essence of pre-stressing is that even before the structure is loaded, compression is created in the concrete zone, caused by pre-stressing of the reinforcement, in one or more directions, within the range of up to 70% of the standard resistance of reinforcing steel. Composition of an integrated process. The complex of works for the erection of monolithic concrete and reinforced concrete structures consists of procurement, transport and installation, laying processes. Fig. 7.1. Procurement processes, manufacturing of formwork, procurement of non-tensioned and pre-stressing reinforcement, assembly of reinforcement, formwork blocks, preparation of concrete mixture, as a rule, coexist in specially equipped workshops, installation as well as in factories. Formwork, reinforcement, blocks and concrete slurry are delivered to the objects under construction by conventional or special technological vehicles. Installation and laying processes include installation of formwork and reinforcement, installation of reinforcement and reinforcement formwork blocks, supply, distribution and compaction of concrete mix, care of the laid concrete, tension of reinforcement and mortar mixture injected into channels during the construction of pre-stressed structures, stripping finished structures and their finishing. The construction of monolithic reinforced concrete structures is a heavy and laborious process. Only 80 to 81% of the workers are engaged in basic operations, including 42 to 45% of Concrete work, 13 to 14% of reinforcement and welding work, and 22 to 25% of formwork work. The remaining 19 to 20% of the workers are loaded with various auxiliary operations. Many processes are still carried out using the simplest hand tools. The displacement of manual labor and the reduction of the cost of work on the construction of structures from monolithic reinforced concrete are the most important tasks of improving the technology of these works, set before the builders in the near future.